This Monday just got a roar of me right now.
And I'm envying that cup of coffee that you're drinking because you never. Thank you, Katlego. He offered me some. Well,
I didn't think you wanted my coffee.
Well, hey, there's lots happening on the show today. One of it being, I'm really excited about the fact that the Vital Foundation launched last year in August, making sure that we sponsor a number of inserts here on Expresso to highlight more than just women and child abuse.
Yeah, exactly. We've been focusing on different organizations that are involved in the prevention, the dealing with aspects and coping mechanisms that are out there that can help children and women that have been part of abuse situations. And we've been very proud to be a part of that. And today we're taking a further look at that. So take a look.
Human Rights Month reminds South Africans of the sacrifices that accompanied the struggle for democracy. It also asks us to recall the Bill of Rights that include equality, which means that everyone is equal before the law. The work of the Vital Foundation helps to protect the basic human rights of women and children.
Since the launch of the Vital Foundation on August 5th last year, Vital Health Foods has embarked on a campaign to raise awareness around the abuse of women and children. And since it's Human Rights Month, I'm at the National Prosecuting Authority to talk to advocate Vuyokazi Katelo about the role the justice system has in keeping our women and children protected and safe.
Guided by the Constitution, the NPA's mission is to ensure justice for the victims of crimes by prosecuting without fear, favor, and prejudice. They work with the public to solve and prevent crime.
Advocate Katelo, how does the NPA get involved in addressing issues like women and child abuse?
Ideally, we get involved when they come to us for prosecution. However, we have seen as an organization that there is a need to be involved in prevention because of the numbers of these cases that are coming. Moreover than that, the organization has established a unit. The name of the unit is the Sexual Offences and Community Affairs Unit. The main purpose of this unit is to eradicate all forms of gender-based violence against women and children.
What are some of the reasons why some of these cases aren't prosecuted successfully?
I must say that the public out there, they have the perception that these cases are not successfully prosecuted. But then I must also say that as NPA, we do reach our targets along those lines. But what maybe one can ask, why are there delays in finalizing these cases? One of the delays are caused by improper investigation of these cases. Sometimes, maybe let me give you an example. When a docket comes to court to a prosecutor will see that this case was not properly investigated. So on those grounds, as a prosecutor, I'll have to postpone the case again for the investigators to go back and get that information. But with the introduction of case management at our Tutuzela care centers, we ensure that a case manager makes sure that that docket goes to court ready, meaning that we will have got all the information that we need so that there is no need now to postpone. You just proceed with prosecution.
Where can women get legal representation if they can't afford it?
Women that are reporting that these cases have been committed against them, they don't need to get legal representation because National Prosecuting Authority is a prosecutor's lawyer. We are lawyers of all those that have complained. We represent them at court. Unlike offenders, when they need legal representation, they must go to Legal Aid South Africa.
What is the typical process in a case of women and child abuse, and how long does it take?
The typical court process on cases of child abuse, the main important thing is consultation, for the prosecutor to consult with relevant witnesses, expert witnesses, complainant himself, because they need to be consulted with just to get the version of their story. Does it tally with what you are having in your docket as well? What is important is for the court. When I'm speaking about the court, I'm speaking about the magistrate, your presiding officer. They need to be observant because we are dealing with the child. They need to be observant in such a way that can they tell that this child will be able to testify in court. That's where your intermediaries come in, because you might have children that are under the age of 6 years, for example, but you need their evidence. They can't tell real what has happened, so they need to show you with dolls or anything else what has happened to them. On how long does it take for this case to be finalized, for example? We have our targets in the district courts, that is your lower courts. Within 6 months, a case must have been finalized. At regional courts, within 9 months, your case must have been finalized. And at High Court, we have the target of 12 months. So we have those targets that we need to meet. Hence, we have case managers to ensure that these cases are properly investigated.
The Vital Foundation should really be congratulated for bringing awareness to the plight of many women and children in South Africa who suffer from various forms of abuse.
The Vital Foundation takes action against women and child abuse. R1 from every Vital pack will be donated to organizations fighting abuse. Make a difference.